Yeah.
So yeah, obviously we all wish for more innovation and more innovative things, but there is also lots of restrictions. So we saw the council, the city regulations, but there is also monetary restrictions. So obviously when you organize events and when you do music, you need to make a living from it as well. And I kind of wanted to hear your point of view on art direction versus monetization. Would you book artists that you really love, even if you know that they won't make such a great profit?
All right, let's make some enemies here. Fuck it. Anyway, look, this is not my business. This is my passion. Half Baked used to be a business. Yes, I made money out of it. But at the end of the day, like, it was a massive passion out of it, and because of Half Baked, we were like feeding to other business. And in one stage, we were like, as nowadays, when we break even, I'm super happy about it. As a human being, a lot of people get to be greedy, and they have to pay the food for the family, which I don't judge anybody on that, but so let's put it that way. Us as a promoter, we get like overcharged by agencies because they also have to pay their food for the family, but also the artists, they get really greedy because there are a lot of artists getting more money, because also the big corporations are coming to the industry now as well, which I'm not going to mention names, so you guys know about it, that big guys, they come in buying all the festivals, they're buying all the big record labels, and they offering top monies to DJs that us as more promoters, or like Lion Lamb, or even us with 500 people, you cannot offer like 10 grand plus to an artist, This plus means to like business class for him, for his mom, his dad, his dog, and then he wants this type of champagne, this type of restaurant. Overall, you're going to spend 15 grand with the artist. And then it's very simple. I did this talk in Portugal, and there was a booking agency, there was 3 booking agencies, there was a management agency and 3 artists. And I told them, I was like, you guys are a bunch of cunts. Like, and everyone was like, I know, like, we work together. I was like, I book your artist back like 3 years ago. I pay $1,000, and now you charge me $5,000 to $7,000. But you guys are so greedy because you don't actually go back into where you came before. You came from the dance floor. So imagine now, us as a promoter, we're going to have to raise the tickets to then pay for all these expenses. But for you to go out nowadays, okay, let's put it that way. You go out, and it's 20 quid at the hour, 25 if you don't buy the tickets. Usually, most of us, we're not organized for this. We just go last minute. And then you have to buy your supplies, and then you have to buy a drink, you have to buy a minimum 4 or 5 drinks. After, overall, like, how much are you going to spend? You're going to spend, like, easily £150. And then there's the Uber, there's tax, and there's the after party, and there's this, that, there. Man, you make £1,500. Like, you spend £200 in one night, you have £650, £700 rent, and then plus food, plus that, it's done. You go out once a month. While back in the days, Half Baked, we used to charge like 5 to 10 quid. Why? Because DJs were paying DJs like max 1,000, like all in. And the drinks was £3. We didn't have to charge £5 for a drink. I don't like to charge £5 a drink. You know what I mean? Like.
So do you think the price are going bigger because you're getting bigger, or is it like a general way the industry is going?
No, because all the corporates are coming and they're offering silly money to those guys. Why? Because they own like a bunch of things together with it, and that ticket is much higher. So automatically everything is like fluctuating, And now all the artists that used to get £500, they playing live in Coachella. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, honestly, are you really doing this? But, which I don't judge people on whatever they're doing, don't get me wrong. It's just, in 10 years, things changed so much that there was, like, probably 3 to 4 times I was about to stop Half Baked because I was like, it can't carry on anymore,
So, Ricardo, anything to add on the discussion, which is money versus art direction and curation?
Well, to start, I think Bruno mentioned this when he was speaking before. When I program an event, I assume that 0% is going to come in and I have the money to pay. Okay, I cannot go to my event supposing that 500 people are going to come in and don't have money to pay my bills. This helps me to relax and to actually focus more on what I have to do, because risking your event with the time of the artist and everything is not a good policy. Then usually I try to break even For example, if I was using a 500 capacity venue, I would try to break even of 200 people. When what I see is my friends breaking even to 400, 500 people. So I'm asking, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Like, this is, you want to promote your brand, but you're not gonna have a future. So break even at least on the half of the people of the venue capacity. I don't like to go to the half, I do a little bit less, because we have then to pay. Not if you then want to invest in your record label, if you want to carry on, if you want to promote your resident DJs that's going to support all the biggest acts and try to make your brand to go further, you need to make a sustainable business. So doing events for break even is very beautiful on the paper, but doesn't feed your kids for sure. Then on top of it, in terms of DJ fees, we have when it comes to myself at Lion and Lamp and my team, we have a small capacity venue. We do receive 1,000 plus, and I say, I don't want straight away. And they come back again, so how much you offer? And I say, this is our offer. Can you please do this? No, I'm losing my time. This is my offer, all included. Don't go. The offer is this, all included. It's your booking fee, it's your cabs, so pick the best flight, you book the hotel, and I give you the money in the end. So, no, but I had lucky because we somehow had some prestige, and this 120 people capacity venue. While when Bruno does a half-baked on bigger stages, you don't have too much space to run. They're gonna think about on 25, 30 pounds ticket and all carry on. So it becomes tricky. I totally understand what Bruno is passing by, but at the same time, when I close, is other thing that they say, I close the venue at 2 a.m. and on a different way that you are defending the 24 hours clubs that I do love, but to go to work, to go to have fun, not work. I really like that our venue closed at 2 a.m. as well, because gives a lot of opportunity to people that don't want to do a full night, or that they don't want to go to an environment of a club with more people, with a really 115 decibels on the speakers. So I like the balance of the fact that we in London can have a 24 hours, a label like Bruno, or a little place receiving more or less the kind of emotions and experiences inside the place.
So it's about finding the right balance in the business and the artistic side, yeah?
Yeah, and don't let the agencies eat you alive, because we set up the rules, it's not them.
Yeah.
In the end of the day, we set up the rules. And for example, if you take an example of Berlin, all the artists in Berlin play for way less. So I don't understand why when they come to London, they say it's like this. And
it's London price. London,
It's not on the London price. Then it's other thing that happen. If they are playing somewhere else in the next 2 months or before, you cannot announce that artist, and they still get the London price. So I need to promote the event, the artist, put as a secret guest, pay a higher fee because he's gonna play in the same city in 2 months' time, and this I don't make sense. And same time, we are doing an event for 100 people. So how come a 100 people event can affect the event for 500 people or 1,000 people 2 months after? It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
Bas, anything to add about that on smaller scale events, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to say something first?
No, you go for it.
So I've done my last few events at the Lion and Lamb, and it's, what are we looking at, 120, 130 capacity? On the other side of the spectrum, I've been booking people that I built relationships with, and so I'm able to actually discuss fees beforehand and make sure that the agent doesn't start trying to step all over me. Last one was Glen Underground. They first came through with a massive fee, and I was like, this is not going to happen. This is for someone who's an old school DJ who doesn't play much in London, it's a good thing to kind of reconnect with the younger generation who's starting to getting into electronic music.
So same about keeping the business side in mind, but also trying to keep this diversity and also work around that.
But also, and I'm surprised Bruno has to go through that because he's been doing this for so long, and his relationships are so strong with artists and agents. Not probably, these artists are jumping agents every every couple of weeks, right? So that's another issue. People aren't really loyal to whether it's promoters or the agents, or there's people constantly moving around in this day and age. I don't know whether it's people just chasing bigger fees or just wanting to play for different people. But yeah, I think the loyalty thing is a very big thing as well in general in life.